What's going on, guys? So in this video, it's kind of bittersweet, but we're actually selling our 2019 Heartland Sundance 293 RL. Get it all cleaned up, and we're actually going to be, let me see if I can switch the camera around here. I don't think I can while I'm filming. Nope. All right, let's do this then. So today what we're going to be doing is removing our ProPride hitch, which is right, oops, sorry, wrong way, right there. So this, obviously, most of the main assembly mounts to the RV itself, and so we need to get this off because I obviously love the ProPride hitch, and we need to keep that. So we'll be taking this off so they can mount their hitch on and drive it away. So yeah, let's get into it. So I figured before we remove it, we'll do one last walk through the RV. So like I said, we do love this RV. We love this floor plan. Very wide open, double slide, kitchen island, as you can see. Just a really nice, couples layout. Unfortunately, we need to get something with a little more space because we have an infant and 2 dogs. So, like I said, unfortunately, we'll have to get rid of this one and then switch to something possibly a little bigger. But first things first, let's get this ProPride hitch off, and because I didn't really see any good information online. I found a couple good tips here and there, but I was just looking for a good video on how to remove the ProPride hitch. So I figured I'd just add to what's online, and hopefully my way works out for you guys. Hopefully it's not too painful, but let's see. So the first thing I was going to do is we're going to take our weight distribution bars off, and to do that, I'd really just unbolt these, just like reverse of what you put it on. I'll leave these on. I'll take them off last. They're not in the way. So just getting these bars off, and then there's a plate on the bottom. If you have a ProPride hitch, you'll remember that plate on the bottom that mounts this in. I think there's a retainer clip in there. And what I'm planning on doing, the reason the truck is still hooked up is because I want to use that to hold the main hitch assembly right here in the middle. I don't want to have to use a jack and everything because honestly, I'm just afraid as I raise the camper up off of that, it's gonna tip over and fall because I'm just doing this alone. So and then the other piece is the yoke needs to be removed as kind of step 2 before I even do that. So first step is taking our bars off, weight distribution bars, and then this whole part from this big bolt all the way down and then through the that wraps around the RV here. I'm going to take this whole assembly off. So really all we're left with is the main hitch assembly being suspended by the ball in the truck, and then my plan is to raise the RV off of the main assembly and then just drive the truck away. So fingers crossed. Let's get started and see how it goes. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is take a 14mm socket wrench. I think these are nylon nuts. That's what kind of keeps it held in. And I know I said 14mm, but now that I've done this, that's a little too snug. Yeah, this isn't... It's made in America, so probably not metric, so I'm going to switch my socket sets. But take this off, raise this off. The other thing is nice is I bumped into the RV once, not the RV itself, just the hitch, and it bent this bar. Plus sometimes, depending on if you're kind of hooking up and unhooking from a weird angle, sometimes these will bend around, so I'm not sure which one did it, but this will give me a good chance to bend this back into position. All right. All right, so I found my SAE set. So this is a 9/16. I'm gonna try get this off. Almost seems a little large. Obviously, you can see it spinning. So this is a 15 millimeter. It's good enough to hold it. It's been a while since I've put this on. I'm pretty sure each one's got its own plate. Let's see if it'll... Oh, look at that. Very nice. Like I said, there should be a retaining clip in here, so don't lose that. I don't know if it's up inside or right here. It looks like it's still there. Yeah, so it's inside here in that little pocket right there. So it looks like it's still in there because I can see, you know, it's still locked in there. So just don't lose that. All right, and then just, I'm not going to show it, but I'm just going to go repeat the other side and get that bar off. Okay, so I got the other bar off. Next step is to remove the cover plate here. This will be a 3/4 inch. If I can get this in the right direction. This one shouldn't be too tight because this isn't one of them that had the like the torque specs. Like some of these other bigger ones are torqued down to, you know, up to 225 foot-pounds. All right. So we've picked the camera up a little bit and show you guys what we're working with here. So we've got, what I was thinking is we've got to take these off. And then to get this side of the yoke off. And then if we kind of work our way down, I'm hoping to keep this together for right now. And then I think we should be able to just pop this, the retaining bolt here out. So this thing will drop down. So I think I might take that off first, let this kind of fall. And then we'll take care of the big bolt to get the rest of it off. All right, so as you can see, that worked. This just dropped right down, and it was, so the retaining bolt was 3/4 inch on both sides, I believe. Let me just double check. Yep, 3/4 on both sides. And yeah, so the next step is to get these big boys off. These are, I believe they're 1 1/8 inch. Let me just double check. Yep, they are. That should not be that loose. So I did torque these down to the specs 4 years ago when this was installed. And I did some adjustments on here, but not here. So, you know, if you've got a ProPride, you've had it for a few years, you know, just double check that these torque values are still good up here. Oh, I don't think you guys can actually see what I'm pointing at. Right here. So this is the bolt I'm talking about. It was very, like, a lot looser than it should have been. And you'll see in here, it's got like a little piece of metal to stop the nut from moving. So you really only need, wrong wrench, sorry. So like just one wrench is all you need, and keeps it in place. Okay, so I got the other bolt out. That was a lot tougher. I don't know if you can see, the bolt is a little stripped out. From me taking it out, it looked like it was under some pressure. So I'm going to have to, when I put this back on the new RV, I'm going to have to replace this bolt, unfortunately. And probably the nut too, just to be safe. But so that's a bummer. Well, I almost panicked and didn't think I had the keys for this, but I was trying to unlock this like a lock, and it wasn't moving. I forgot I had locked this, or not, I didn't forget, but I forgot that this is it's a threaded rod type lock, so that's why it wasn't working. There we go. So it just pulls out like that. All right, moment of truth. So what I did was I lowered the hitch so that I was putting a little more pressure on the ball, or I lowered the trailer jack, sorry, and because I wanted it to, you know, I want to make sure that it doesn't just pop down when I flip this up. I don't think it would, because usually this is under pressure. This hasn't been opened in like 5 years, so. Okay, well, that good enough. All right. We should. Just jack the camper up. I think we're free. Wow, it's been a long time since I've seen the front of the camper like that. Cool, looks like it worked. Next step is to work on those remaining few pieces, which I just remembered I had to take the entire propane tray off to get that all in there, so that'll be fun. All right, so the U-bolt is, let's see, what was that size? So that's a 9/16, and then you've got this this piece here that basically has the spacer in there. That is a 3/4. So once I loosen that up a little bit, that should pop right off. Because that's just kind of pinching on the chassis, not that doesn't go into a hole or anything other than the hole of the little spacer there. Yep, so that just came right off. Set this down somewhere. Yeah, so like I said, see, it just goes through the spacer, but just meets up with the chassis there. All right, so that piece is off. Just got to do the other side, and then we'll work on the yoke bracket. And actually, this may not be as bad as I thought. So I did put spacers in to raise up the propane tray, but I could probably leave that there. I just don't know if I'll be able to get this bracket out. I might be able to put it up at an angle and then pull it out. Might not have to take the tray off after all, because this can stay raised up. It's not going to hurt anything. But let me get the other side off first, and then we'll give it a shot. All right, I have no idea what size this nut is, because it's not the 3/4 or 9/16 like everything else is. A 17mm seemed to fit, but it is super tight. So if you ever need a little more leverage, just take another big wrench, connect it like that. Just keep it, straight on. That gives you enough leverage to torque on it a little bit. All right, I'm gonna monkey with this a little bit more. It's tough to do it one-handed. So as you can see, I was able to get that last piece off, no problem. I did end up using a socket set instead. A wrench really doesn't work for that. But other than that, it was pretty good. And then the part that was on the truck came off real easy. It's just, it just holds it up. That's all. So you don't have to balance it on a jack or anything like that. But yeah, so once we get our new RV, I'll probably do a video on how to install it. I know there's a bunch of install videos. I just didn't see one on how to remove it. But, I figure, just to complete out the video series on the ProPride hitch, figured I'd do an install video for the next one as we move it on, especially now that I'm a little more experienced in putting it on, and I helped my dad put his on remotely. He was putting it on in Florida, but, just texting back and forth, tips and tricks and things like that. So yeah, that'll be next. And, hopefully you guys will see a new RV in this channel. If not, this fall, then maybe next spring. Just depends on prices and, what floor plans we find. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or comments on this, please share them below. Otherwise, like and subscribe, and take it easy.